Well, welcome everyone to tonight's What is Coaching call. I am David McKenzie. I am a Ruby Team Beachbody coach. And tonight we're going to be talking about really making that transition from customer to coach or to challenger to coach. You've probably seen a challenge group, or if you haven't, you've been invited to one. And really, the person who invited you to this call, be it me or somebody else on my team, really felt that coaching would be a good fit for you. And it's probably because you're doing a lot of the things that coaches do already. So we're going to get into what is a coach? What does a coach do? What does it take to be successful? And how do you really make that transition? So to get things started, again, I am David McKenzie. I'm going to be your host for this call. And I really want to just talk about the company for a minute. Team Beachbody has this wonderful mission, and it's really to help people achieve their goals and so that they can enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. Obesity is a huge problem in the United States, a huge problem all around the world, but there is just so much going on, and it seems to be everybody is just like treating the symptoms, right? We're just grazing the issue, medications and going to the doctor and being put on, blood pressure medication and diabetes medication. It's not really solving this issue of obesity. So they have this mission to get out there and affect change and to help people to get healthy, to get fit, to lead fulfilling lives. So there is one thing missing in that, though. And that thing is that they were really missing that human touch, that personal touch, right? Because they spend millions and millions of dollars on marketing and branding and getting their name out there. And you see the infomercials late at night. You've probably watched a few of them not knowing it. There's so many programs that fall under the Beachbody umbrella. You have all of the P90X series. You have Insanity, that whole series. You have Hip Hop Abs, Rockin' Body, Size, Brazil Butt Lift, PiYo, 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme, Now Country Heat, Body Beast. All of these things fall under the Beachbody umbrella, and they all have hours and hours of infomercials running. But that human touch is really missing, and that's where the coaches come in. We're the ones who get these proven programs and the supplements into people's hands so that they can get results. Without the coaches, people are kind of left trying to figure everything out on their own, and it really isn't working for them. They need that accountability. They need that help to really reach their goals. Somebody who's been there before and can kind of walk them through it and show them the ropes. So in walks us coaches, right? My story pretty much falls in line with that too. I mean, this is a picture of me back from 2013 before I began coaching and before I even started thinking about trying to lose weight. And I cannot even begin to tell you how unhappy I was. These calls are always really hard for me because I don't like thinking about that time in my life when I was unhappy, and you got to laugh to keep from crying, so ignore my laughter. It's not really funny. But I struggled with weight most of my life, and I thought that's how it was always going to be. It was always going to be a struggle. I was always going to be a bigger girl, and I should just learn to love it because this is just what God gave me, and that just is what it is. Well, I got dressed for this honors induction ceremony, and I went to go put on that dress, and I noticed that it was really hard to zip up, harder than usual. And I got on the scale thinking that, okay, maybe this is a sign I need to check out what's going on. And the scale said over 300 pounds. My heart sank. And I said to myself, surely the scale must be wrong. I need to go out and get a new scale. Forget what it said. Just shimmy the dress on and get out the door and go. Well, I bought a new scale, and lo and behold, it read even higher than my old scale did. So at that point, I kind of realized that it wasn't the scale and it was me. And somewhere along the way, I just decided to stop feeling sorry for myself and stop feeling like this was something I could never achieve. And, I stopped blaming my genes and, my slow metabolism and all that other stuff. And I had to really let it go. I was also a single mother. And if you are a parent at all, be it married or otherwise, you know how time consuming having kids are. Being a single mom and going to work for 45 hours a week really didn't leave a lot of time for me to focus on me. And I was really working such for the show, really unhappy. And every day, and I needed to put a roof over my daughter and I's head, so I kept on going. I was also on medication for hypothyroidism. For those of you who don't know, hypothyroidism is when your thyroid is underactive, and your thyroid produces a hormone that tells your glands that you need this certain hormone in your system. Well, basically, that hormone controls a lot of your bodily functions. One of the bigger ones is metabolism. So people with hypothyroidism tend to be very lethargic. They tend to gain weight inexplicably, and it's very hard for them to lose weight. I also had a vitamin D deficiency, and that manifests itself in, again, feeling very lethargic and being depressed. So you add all that up with my lifestyle and hating my job and working 45 hours every week and overtime on top of it, and it gives you a very tired and depressed data. I remember times where I had to go to the emergency room because my heart rate would slow down so low I could not stay awake or pick my head up off the pillow because of my hypothyroidism. And it was just a life I was not excited about living, and that I didn't want to continue living, to be quite honest. But then really in walks coaching, and I had this opportunity. I had done a challenge group. My sorority sister, Deb, invited me. She's my coach. She's still my coach. Because once you become a coach, you don't, suddenly just get thrown to the wind or thrown to the wolves. But Deb invited me to a challenge group. She invited me to many a challenge group. I'm probably that person that was always like, oh, yeah, maybe next time. Maybe, maybe later. Now's not a good time. I can't afford it. You're probably thinking like you're that person. Well, I was definitely that person, so I understand. And so I did one challenge group with her. I didn't really participate. And then I did another challenge group with her where I was really much more serious. And I did the 20-day fix, and I lost the 15 pounds in the 3 weeks. And I was like, all right, I like this 21-day fix. I like this Shakeology. It taught me all about clean eating, which I never really had a full grasp on. It taught me about portion control, which I thought I knew how to portion control, but I didn't. Just because you eat 2,000 calories a day doesn't mean those are the 2,000 calories your body needed. So thank you, no thank you, MyFitnessPal. That did not work for me. And I kept on doing it. And after, I think, 3 rounds, I lost a total of 50 pounds. So 4 rounds, I lost a total of 50 pounds. So where am I now? After, I think, the first round of doing 21-day fix, Deb was like, you've got to be a coach. You're sharing all this positive motivation. You're encouraging people in the challenge group. I was even inviting my friends to join the challenge group and, giving her customers. And finally, she told me, like, you can make money doing this. And given my single mom lifestyle and hating my job, it just kind of fit. So now 2 years later, it's almost 2 years to the day, I am a Ruby coach. I've received 2 promotions, which a lot of people at their current jobs can't say that they move up that fast. A lot of people stay at the bottom rung a long time and they have to pay their dues. Well, with Beachbody coaching, if you're willing to put in the work and the more people that you're willing to help, the faster and the higher you can move up. I received a Success Starter, award or nomination or whatever you want to call it, achievement level. But basically that means I got my business started off right and I got my business started fast, which tells you that I know what it takes to get started right and fast. But with that, I got a free ticket to the Coach Summit, which is pretty awesome because it's a very expensive conference. And so last year I went and I basically had a free ticket to go to this 3 to 4 day conference in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going again this year in July. And it was just world-class training. I got to meet so many people. I got to dance fives right in front of Shaun T. I got to do a workout with Autumn Calabrese. I got to meet so many top coaches in the business and just get that, really hands-on nitty-gritty training that I really needed to propel myself forward and to become the leader I am today. So with that, I am a team leader. I host training calls regularly for my larger team. For my personally sponsored team, I host calls every month. I also help run training groups for the new coaches, and also for coaches who want to get promoted and rank advance. I have lost 50 pounds, as I said, and you can see my before and after picture there. And I will tell you, in the before picture, I didn't realize I had a gut until I lost it. I am now a full-time coach, which means I get to be home with my daughter every single day. No more 45-hour work weeks. No more commuting 2 hours each way. No more leaving her education up to somebody else, and hoping that the daycare does her homework with her. I get her on and off the bus every day. I do her homework with her. I feed her dinner, and I'm the one who cooks it. Now she's off of school for the summer. I am home with her all summer long. Pray for me. But what that really means is that I get to be hands-on with her. No more missed moments. No more, missed field trips. I get to be there for everything. I got to go to a Mother's Day breakfast. Her field day I volunteered at. She did a in-class celebration for the end of the year. I got to go to all these things that I was missing out on before, and I feel so bad I missed them before, but I'm so happy I can make them now. And even my daughter realizes it, and she says, like, Mommy, I'm really glad that you got to come this time. I'm so glad that you're there. The other day, I built her a dollhouse. I say the other day, but really it took me almost a week. I built her this gigantic dollhouse that's like 4.5 feet tall. And today she wrote me a letter thanking me for building the dollhouse. Things I would not have been conceived of doing or had time to do before. I am also a Size Live instructor. Again, something else I would have never thought or thunk of doing before. But coaching really opens your eyes and really opens doors and opportunities for you that were not there before. So last year at Summit, I made the decision that I was going to become a certified instructor, which not only gives me greater credibility, it lets people know that I have a greater insight to this program, which I do. And I love size, and it's awesome. My next challenge group starts June 6th, and we're going to be doing size. Sean T just released new rounds on demand, and I get rounds every month to teach live and in person, to do in-person classes. I am also a radio show host. I have a show called The Power Hour on Survival Radio Network. It's an internet radio station, and it is streamed out to millions of people. They have millions of downloads all over the world. And again, this is just a passion of my heart to help and reach more people. I feel so fulfilled as a coach, way more so than I did at any other job. I also just went on the Success Club trip to the Bahamas and Jamaica. I have never left the country before. I've never even had a passport. But I kid you not, I got my passport and I got on that boat. We were gone for a week. We left Fort Lauderdale and we went to the Bahamas and then to Jamaica and back. And it was an amazing experience, just being on a boat full of coaches, full of positive people. I haven't hit my weight goal, and I still consider myself plus size, very much so. But when you're around positive and supportive and uplifting people, it is infectious and it is encouraging. And I was in my bikini on that boat getting my tan on, I kid you not. And I have made best friends that are like family to me. Most of my best friends are now coaches because it is just so important to me to have that uplifting and positive circle around me that's goal-oriented and driven and can keep me on point. And, even when days are bad, because I am not always sunshine and buttercups and rainbows, even on my blue days, they are there to support me and have my back. And I have had a positive influence on my friends and family. I see it in my daughter, who just asked me, Mommy, can I have carrots every day? If your kids are asking you for carrots, you know you're doing something right. Seeing my brother lost like 100 pounds because, having that influence on my family and, being able to give them tips and get healthier is really important to me. Seeing my friends lose weight and feel happier and keep up with their kids and being able to live out the life of their own design and not that somebody else designed for them is really important to me, and it's really encouraging. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of why you came here. And it's basically about making this transition from challenger to coach, or from customer to coach. If people are asking you about your results, so let's say you've done a challenge group and you lost 15 pounds, and people are starting to notice, maybe you posted your before and after pictures, or, you ran into family, or, it's Memorial Day weekend, people might be looking at you for the first time since winter and saying, oh, girl, you look good, or where'd you get those muscles from, dude? Like, tell me what you're doing. Do people ask you for advice, or are you giving others advice? Are you encouraging people in the challenge group that you're in, or people that you know that are, on a weight loss journey? Are you sharing positive messages on your social media, be it your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Snapchat, whatever? If you are doing all of these things, I am here to tell you that you are already acting like a coach. You're doing everything a coach does. You're just not getting paid for it. Sorry to tell you. But that's exactly how I was. I was like, oh, wait, I'm doing everything and you're not getting paid? Tell me what I need to do to fix that. Well, one of the things that we do as coaches are the 3 vital behaviors. All successful coaches do them. They do them every single day. They are consistent with them. Consistency is the main secret to success, if there ever was a secret, which really isn't a secret, but consistency, consistency, consistency. I'll say it again, consistency. The first vital behavior is inviting. And they say invite, 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 because you need to invite 3 times, or you can invite 3 ways. I like to say share, 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 because we don't sell as Beachbody coaches. We basically just share our experiences with people, and we try to plug them in with something that will fit their need. If I don't have anything that fits your need, I am not going to just tell you, hey, do size, because that's the group I'm doing. If size is not the program for you, I'm not going to do it. Say it. But I share my experience. So if people are like, oh, I really like dance, then, I might share my experience with dancing, doing size. Or if they ask me how I lose weight, I'll tell them about my experience with 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. That's normal. It's like if somebody asked you, hey, where'd you get that top from? Would you just look at them and then turn around and walk in the opposite direction? No, you would tell them where you got that top from. Or if somebody was like, I'm really looking for a good car dealership and you just bought a car, you would refer them to who your salesman was if you had a good experience. So you just make sure that you're sharing your experiences with others. And the more people you share it with, the more connections that you make, the more relationships that you build, the more people you can help, and the more lives you can change. And that's really what it's all about, is changing lives. The second vital behavior is being proof of the product works. So nobody's going to want to try something that you never did yourself, right? And if you're not drinking Shakeology, or you haven't done a program, why would I buy either of those 2 things from you? It's like me going up to telling somebody, P90X is really good, and I have no information about P90X. I have no history with P90X. I have nothing to offer them except for like a link to buy it from. That's slimy, and that's greasy, and that's salesman-y, and that's not the life we're about. I'm not saying you have to do every program under the sun. I do recommend to all of my coaches that they become a master at least 1 program, because when I started, I was the 21 Day Fix guru, and that's what propelled my business forward, was just becoming a master of 1. But you do need to, get that information, and that's where the training comes in that we offer. We'll train you on how to talk about the other programs. That's where making connections and relationships come from, because I have so many friends and coaches that are coaches. I may not have done P90X, but you know what? I have my best friend, Allison Tibbs, who's my mentor, who is a 2-star diamond coach, has done P90X3 and got amazing results. Abs are popping, and I'm sure I could go, hey, Allison, can I borrow your before and after pictures, and can you tell me a little bit about your experience? I know somebody who's interested in it. And she'd be like, sure, love the program, and give me the whole rundown. That is just building relationships and connecting people where they need to be connected to. Super simple. The third vital behavior is personal development. We recommend that all coaches read 10 pages or listen to 10 pages of personal development every day. And this should actually be number 1, because it is the most critical. If you are a challenger, if you are a coach, if you have nothing to do with Beachbody, I would recommend you do 10 minutes of personal development every single day. First of all, you cannot pour from an empty well or an empty bucket. You need to be constantly feeding back into yourself so that you are a resource and can pour into other people's lives. 2, we focus on basically either something that we are struggling with personally or a skill we want to develop. So me being a leader in the team and wanting to grow as a leader, lately my personal development has been really focused on leadership skills. I just finished reading The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and that is an amazing book for anybody who's trying to be successful in any field that they're in. But when I first started being a coach and I was still, getting out of this, the before picture, the tired, the depressed, the unhappy, one of the things that I really wanted to work on was stopping negative self-talk. So all of my personal development geared towards that. I was reading Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. I was reading The Power of Positive Thinking. Any book or audio I could get that was about changing your mindset and changing your thinking, I was all about it. It's something I still struggle with today, but it is night and day different. I kid you not. I would never speak to myself the way I used to speak to myself. And it was something I would never admit to anybody. I would never say out loud, but it was just that little voice inside of my head. And it was like, if you wouldn't talk to a 5-year-old that way, why would you tell those things to yourself? And I really just had a wake up call, but I would have never had that wake up call without coaching, without personal development. So coaching is really all about what you want it to be. It's your business. It's your rules. We went over the 3 vital behaviors, and what I love about them is that 2 out of those 3 are focused on you, your personal development, your results, you being a product of the product. It is about you. So going from challenger to coach is super simple. Now all you're adding into the mix is sharing. So you get to decide what your coaching business looks like. Do you just want to be a discount coach? Discount coaches are people who drink Shakeology regularly. They really just want to get a discount on their products. You'll save $16 every month on your Shakeology, and you get $25 off of anything else that you want to order. Hobby coaches, these are what I would call like a part-time coach. It really has nothing to do with the amount of hours you put in, but these are typically people who have a full-time job and a full-time job that they're happy with. They're not really looking to leave that. They just want to make some extra income, and they really enjoy the products and sharing. These people typically will want to cover the cost of their Shakeology, meaning they want to make enough money where they are not coming out of pocket for their Shakeology, which is super simple to do. I probably only pay for my Shakeology out of pocket maybe, 2 to 3 times. I typically make enough every month to cover that and my business expenses. And a business builder coach, who I would call a full-time coach, again, it's nothing to do with the amount of hours you put in. Because when I was working full-time and I was a full-time coach, I was only putting in an hour a day. But basically, they are all in. They're doing the 3 vital behaviors every single day with consistency. They are looking to build that life of freedom. They want to grow a team because that's how you're going to get to that life of freedom. So they're bringing in other coaches with them to join. They are actively going out and growing their network. They are truly looking to build this business so that they can fire their boss one day. And you can fall anywhere in between. And any of these levels of coaching are completely fine. It's totally up to you. You just have to communicate what your goals are and what you're looking to either me or whoever invited you to this call. The opportunity in front of you is immense. You get to be that hand reaching down and pulling other people up. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You don't have to be perfect. People want to see real. They want to see the slip-ups. They want to see, that you're not a robot and that you understand where they're coming from. They want to be inspired, and you get to motivate others through their journey and pay it forward. You help other people reach their goals, which to me is like, it's so much better than the paycheck. Getting the messages of, I hit my pre-baby weight, or I'm in the clothes I wore in high school, or, I just got compliments from my family when I saw them over the weekend. That means 100 times more to me than anything else. You get to connect your friends and your family to Beachbody programs and products if they need it. Again, we're not salesy, we're not pushy. We're not spammy. We're not, blowing up timelines and news feeds with a bunch of craziness. It's about connecting with people. So you get to build relationships. I'm at the point in my business where now I'm building relationships with complete strangers, and Beachbody actually sends me customers, and I get to build relationships with them. And you provide them with accountability and support. That's the main thing that people are missing, because Beachbody, again, can throw out all of these programs and put out the infomercials, but people really need the accountability and support to go along with it. You get to work with your customers online or in-person groups as well as one-on-one. We now have an app, so you don't even have to use Facebook if you're not a huge Facebook user. You can do your coaching all through an app. As a new coach, you'll be plugged into a 21-day new coach training group. I have one for my team that I like to use because it is basically an on-demand training and you can learn as you go. Or we have we do monthly training groups, and we've just revamped that so that now you're getting to know many of the leaders on our teams through video trainings and just getting that more personal connection so that you feel integrated into the team right away. You get a new coach starter kit from the company, and then we send you a new coach manual, and you also get your own website so that you can direct your customers and clients there. You get to be a part of the team environment with a private Facebook group. My team is called the Strength and Dignity All-Stars. I'll also add you to our larger family, which has over 100 coaches in it, the Limitless Warrior family, and that's some of us in the picture there at Summit last year. We also do weekly corporate trainings every Monday. There is a corporate call where the vice president and the CEO will get on and will give us all the information we need, any new business announcements, and then really just dialed in, drilled down training. It's half an hour in and out, bing, bam, boom, and then they put it online, so if you miss it, you can listen to it again later. We also do our team training calls every Wednesday with the Limitless Warrior family, and then I do my Strength and Dignity team trainings on the first Sunday of every month. There are also quarterly live corporate events, and we call these the Saturdays, and they're regional, and they're amazing because you get to meet all different coaches, not just the coaches that are in your team family, but all the coaches that are in the Beachbody network that are in your area. And that's nice because then you have that support of somebody who's nearby, and you can think of local events that you want to do and just have that really hands-on feel. And so what are your next steps? You're going to follow up with the person who invited you to this call, but I want you to give some thought to these questions because they are going to ask you, what did you like most and what additional questions you have? I went over a lot of stuff. I talked about a lot of different opportunities, from getting a discount to me being able to travel to getting promotions to, everything under the sun. Take some time, think about it, maybe write it down, but just be ready because they're going to ask, what did you like most and what else do you want to know about? Think about how this opportunity can really help you reach your goals. What do you want from this? It's not about what Dava wants you to get from it or what Dava wants. It's about you, and we want to help you reach those goals. So whether it's you want some extra pocket money or you want complete financial freedom and to get out of debt, whether it's, you were looking for a part-time job or you want to leave your 9-to-5 altogether, whether you want some money to travel more, you want to earn a whole free trip. Do you want to stay home with your family? Do you want to be able to pay off debt? Are you working off your student loans? Whatever it is, think about your goal and how might coaching fit in there to help you reach it. And then believe wholeheartedly that you can do this, because trust me, if a 300-pound girl, single mom, working 45 hours a week, commuting 2 hours each way, so it's out of the house 12 hours a day, people. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you let us show you how to do it, you'll be a rock star. You'll take off with this and be running to the races. And know that if you're coachable and willing to work hard, you'll be successful. We give you everything you need. We give you the training. We show you what to do. It's like 1 + 1 = 2 and A, B, C, and then comes D. If you're willing to follow those steps, you're going to be awesome. So these are just some pictures from my trip to the Bahamas and Jamaica. I am going to stop the recording, so if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask or you can post them in the chat now.